Hello guys, it is that panda guy and I'm here again with another video and I'm gonna be going over the pros and cons of moving a region and basically saying why I feel like there are more pros than cons in this, and it was a question I'd gotten on one of my videos. If you're watching this, I hope this video is very helpful to you and I hope it's helpful to other people and kind of gets your thought on it. So first off, when you're thinking about moving regions, you kind of got to think about this. Are you happy, right? Are you enjoying the region you're in? And if you're even thinking about moving regions, you're probably not happy, and that's a big indication that there's something wrong. Maybe the leadership in your region isn't working with you guys. Maybe the leadership is bad. Maybe the region's just in havoc, and at that point it's honestly safe to give up the region or fight for it, and I feel like the best is just to move out, right? Like, don't give them entertainment, don't fight. I mean you can fight, right? Like, I feel like there's multiple things as well. Like, you got to consider the aspect of, are you really going to have fun in this new region you're moving to compared to moving to another region, right? Like region 1 compared to region 2, right? There's more activity in region 2. You might be able to fight more, all of that. And you might be able to have a little bit more fun there, but it's also like, are you considering yourself growing for the future? Because when you consider region 1, for example, the competition in, let's say, endless war is way better, easier, and all that. And I also want to mention that in a lot of the big regions, like, or newer regions, let's say region 10, right? Someone could have a maxed out hero, and in endless war they'll still compete. The biggest problem about this is they're basically taking a top spot from someone who might need those relics, really needs those relics. And if you're moving to an experienced, older region, most of the time the older players understand that. They'll have maxed heroes already, and they won't just start stealing spots, sniping spots. You can consider region 1 an example of that. We do not. The big players who already have, like, let's say Regro maxed out, we're not going to be competing in endless war just to steal somebody's spots, like, where you could get free relics, right? So you also gotta think of a matter of competition. Like, competition's a huge part, and I don't know. I feel like if you're really trying to grow and especially prepare for, let's say, region versus region, which I do want to mention isn't out yet, but when it does come out, you'll be in a better standing if you go to a region that's just less competitive with each other, right? You got less competition to fight against, meaning that growth is easier. I'm also gonna show you guys this event, and although you might look at this and be like, oh, 100K, that's pretty nice. There are some regions that have the top person with a few 100,000, right? Like, because they're big spenders. Region 1 doesn't spend at all, right? Like, I feel like this is like a free to play paradise for the most part, as long as you're active and you know how to just use your speeds and all that. You also want to consider if a region's lively or not. I mean, I feel like our region is less lively. So like I said, like, it's not going to be as fun for some people to just sit here and play Farmville, but it's really about the weight. And also, we still try to have field battles. We try to fight with PHPC on the field a lot just to have a lot more fun and all that. I also want to mention that if you're in, like, let's say, a closed region, you're not going to have access to maybe Metro, maybe the middle map where there are bigger resource nodes. Maybe the president isn't in your alliance, or he doesn't give out buffs a lot, and that's really something you want to go into when you consider a bigger region where they're going to be constantly giving out, let's say, research buffs, construction buffs, and really just make it an all just easier experience into growing. You also got to consider a con right here, that the players you're going to be moving into a region with are probably going to be more experienced than you. They're going to know how to fight better. They're going to know better hero combos. And that can be also seen as a pro, because they're going to be sharing that experience with you guys, telling you, well, these heroes work better with these heroes and all this type of stuff. So I feel like moving to a new region really is good for you, especially if you're even thinking about it, because that's saying, like, you might not, if you're bored in your other region, you might need a change of pace, or you might want to make a restart account so you can have a little bit more fun, fight some more people in a new region, just any of that, right? And you also got to consider in regions that are closed off, you're not going to be able to get heroes like Lewis in the roulette or Maya in the police station, as well as in this war. You're not going to see a lot of these heroes because it closes them off for newer regions. So I feel like older regions offer a lot. Also, if you guys didn't know, you can jump regions every 30 days, and then you can actually go into your, where's it at? Your radar. I'm trying to find it. Not your radar. your scout camp, okay? And you get to go to, I think it's your storybook, or it'll be something that you tap up here, and basically you can collect all the rewards that the region has gotten all over again because you move to the region, and it basically resets your stuff. It's pretty nice. So yeah. Oh, and this is another con. So when you're going to an older region, for example, you're probably going to have bigger players, right? And you consider an event like Pompeii, which is coming up, and we're about to have one. We're not as likely to put smaller players in. And I want to kind of mention this. We personally will put a lot more smaller players in because we are trying to make sure the experience is fun for a lot of players. And we do not have everybody who can log in at the same time, right? So honestly, we let a lot more smaller players in, but if you're looking at a lot of bigger alliances, considering Boon or RPG, where they have an abundant amount of activity, you're not going to be finding yourself in Pompeii event or something like that. And that's really just sucky. And I'm going to give the last pro as being resources, especially earlier out. You're not going to have a lot more resources. You're going to be gathering a lot and on the edge of your toes. Whereas in, like, you see my resources at the top, I'm going to be able to help somebody out if they really need it, which I did earlier. And I don't have like the biggest resource sent on this account, only 460 million. And I have 8.6 billion gathered, probably more for my tokens. And the reason being is I send a lot of my alts, right? It's like I still help a lot of people out. I'll help where I can. And it's as simple as that. I also want to end this video by saying, feel free to join Region 1. We are always recruiting. We have open doors. Our arms are open. We're always free to let you guys come over here. So you think about joining us, and you guys have a good day. Peace out.